Hey guys, it's Alex. It is Tuesday, but really Wednesday, and you are watching Queer Theory. I have not been here for a very long time because of lots of different things, but I'm back now, and this week we're doing kind of a gender questionnaire about like gender roles and identity and stuff like that, so I will get into the questions. How do you self-identify your gender? What does that definition mean to you? I identify as genderqueer, and that definition to me basically means that I'm more on the masculine side of the spectrum, but I don't identify as trans, so it's just kind of an in-between space, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. What pronouns do you prefer? I honestly don't know. It kind of depends on who is addressing me. Some friends use male pronouns, some use female. I don't really care that much on certain situations. Sometimes I do. I don't really know. I guess right now I would prefer female, but again, some of my friends use male pronouns and I like that, so it just kind of depends on who I'm hanging out with, I guess. Describe the style of clothing that you wear most often. Generally wear men's clothing all the time. I haven't worn female clothing in a very long time. Not that clothes have a gender, but I generally, button downs and jeans and that kind of thing. Talk about your choices with body hair. How do you style your hair? Do you have facial hair? What do you choose to shave or not shave? Okay. I don't shave my legs or anything like that. I style my hair not very frequently unless I'm actually going out and doing something. My hair's a bit too long right now to actually do anything with, but generally I just kind of spike it up and do whatever. I don't know. Talk about cosmetics. Do you wear makeup? Do you paint your nails? What soaps and perfumes do you use, if any? I do not wear makeup. I've let someone put makeup on me and I've let someone paint my nails, but as soon as it was over and they got their kind of laugh about it, I took it off immediately. I don't do any of that. Soaps, I guess I use, I think it's called Dr. Bronner's. It's like the peppermint kind. It's really good. And cologne, I do have cologne. I wear it sometimes. I do not know what it's called, but it smells good, so. Have you experienced being misgendered? If so, how often? Do you experience dysphoria, and how does that affect you? Okay. I guess I don't really know if I get misgendered because being genderqueer and kind of using whatever pronoun, it's kind of impossible to misgender me just based on that, but I have been misgendered in the sense that if I'm out with someone and someone assumes that I'm male, the way I get misgendered and deem it as being misgendered is if someone thinks I'm cisgendered. So if they're calling me female, okay, whatever, fine. If they're calling me male and they assume that I'm just like a straight cis guy, that kind of bothers me. Same thing with being referred to as female pronouns. It's my concept of pronouns and the way that I use them is very frustrating because you can't misgender me, but some things really annoy me. Like if I'm out and you think that I'm cis, it kind of bothers me, which is why I haven't made a decision about hormones or anything like that, because I just don't know how far it would go, and I don't want people to think that I'm cis. Not that I have anything against cis people, it's just that doesn't feel right to me. I'm more comfortable being queer than I am being cis or straight, so it's just kind of a weird, I don't know, it's weird. Do you experience dysphoria? And how does that affect you? Yes, I do, which explains my absence on the channel for like a month and a half or however long I've been gone. I've been very upset lately, and I just kind of get really depressed and don't really want to do anything and have like zero motivation to be in life, and it's very frustrating, and so that's what's been going on. And also, it's just how it affects me. I don't really have a way to deal with it properly. I try to talk to people. Mostly I just kind of sleep a lot and do kind of the minimum of what I need to do in order to function as a human, but stuff like doing the channel just kind of, yeah, it's like anything extra aside from like going to work and kind of doing things that I need to do in order to succeed at life, I just generally don't do. Talk about children. Are you interested in having children? Would you want to carry a child if that were an option for you? Do you want to be the primary caretaker of any children you may have? I definitely want kids. I absolutely want kids. I do not want to carry at all. That would be horrible. It would be really great if my partner wanted to carry, but again, it just kind of depends on who I marry and who wants to do that. If they want to, that's great. If not, adoption is amazing, and I would love to do that as well. Even if my partner does want to carry, I would definitely want to adopt as well. Do you want to be the primary caretaker? I don't really know what that means. I think it should be equal. I mean, hopefully there wouldn't be like a primary caretaker unless like we were divorced or something, which would be horrible. So, yeah, I think it should be equal. I guess it depends on the job situation and kind of what they do and what I do and who's around more. But yeah, I would love to. That'd be great. I love kids and I definitely want to have them one day. Talk about money. Is it important to provide for a family financially? If you choose to have one, is it more important that you earn more money than your partner? Do you prefer to pay for things on dates? Are you uncomfortable when others pay for you? Also, why are these questions all grouped together? It makes it very hard to read. Being financially independent is incredibly important. I do think that when you're in kind of a long-term partnership and you live together and things like that, it's helpful if you guys are on an equal playing field and you earn kind of the same amount of money. And even if you don't earn the same amount of money, you at least contribute equally. Like you split the rent, you split utilities, like just kind of keep everything 50-50. That's how I prefer to do things. I know that when I lived with my ex, if there was ever a situation where one of us was kind of short on money that month, obviously the other person would kind of step up and pay for the majority of stuff, but I would always pay them back and they would always pay me back. And I like to keep it equal because I think it's more about respect. I don't necessarily want to be like the sole breadwinner of the family. I think that's really outdated and not necessary anymore, but I do want things to be equal. I prefer to pay on dates because I like to think that that's gentlemanly and I would want to do that. But when people try to pay for me, I guess it depends on the situation. It does make me a little uncomfortable if they're like, I'm going to take you out and whatever, if it's not like special occasion. Like if it's my birthday and someone pays for me to go out, like that's different, but it does make me slightly uncomfortable. I'd rather split the bill. Like I said, I want things to be 50-50. So if it's like a special occasion and I'm taking them out, of course I'll pay. If it's a special occasion they're taking me out, I'll let them pay. But at the same time, I would want most of the time things to be 50-50. So, anything else you want to share about your experience with gender? I don't like it. It's very annoying. I wish that it was kind of cut and dry. And, I mentioned on some of my last, previous videos that it would be easier if I was 100% trans or 100% straight, or that would be horrible. I don't want to be 100% straight. I meant it would be easier if I was 100% trans or 100% cis, but since I'm not, it's just kind of this weird middle ground that is very frustrating and hard to navigate, and it's kind of been happening a lot more recently with dysphoria and stuff, so I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do and how to best cope with that. It's so funny because gender essentially doesn't mean anything, but because of the society that we're in, it means everything, and you kind of have to pick one, and it's just very frustrating and weird, and I don't really know how to deal with anything right now, so that's why I've been absent from the channel. I do apologize. I'll be back making videos every week, hopefully, and just try to deal with all things gender related. It'll be interesting and kind of annoying, but we'll figure it out. So thank you. That was a very quick video. I'm sorry, and hopefully, you enjoyed it. And I'll be back next week. Thanks.